Hi everybody, Nathan here. This is going to be round 5 of a Modern League on Magic Online with this Jeskai Geist list that you see before you. We need to, if we win one more game, we'll go 3-2. The last round we lost to Red Green Scape Shift in a match that I won't say I think I could win, but I kind of had a speculative keep game 3 that may have ultimately led to my demise. Did make me think that maybe in the list I want a few more counter spells. Counterflux was good there. Wouldn't have minded another one somewhere in the list. Not saying that that's what needs to be in there. As far as what I'm going to play next week in a league, I kind of want to play this, even though I don't think that Cryptic Command is great in the meta. This is just like a theory, if you will. We're not running any Serum Visions, so we're running all of our mans. And the idea is basically just in the game where we get a Geist in play, every one of our 4-drops enables Geist to attack. And in the games that go long, where we don't have a Geist, we have these Cryptic Commands to sort of shut down the late game. And against decks that maybe we'd want more counters against that try to go over the top of us, the Cryptic Commands should also be good as well. So really it's just more about trying to curve the deck out, I guess you could say, where it's like you're turn 1 bolting, turn 3 remanding, turn 3 Geisting, and then turn 4 angeling or crypticing, something like that. At least that's the idea. But I may just play something else. I may play Blue Moon. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and I am going to make a straw poll. So you guys are going to see this Friday. I think the decks are going to be. I'm going to do some kind of Grixis thing in the ice. I'm going to try to for Saturday. I have a lot of stuff coming up though, so we'll see if I have time. But maybe I'll put that out there. I'll put I'll call it Jeskai Theory Geist, and we'll run this sort of like more theory deck. It'll be that. I'll put Blue Moon. What else am I going to work on? There's the Resto Kiki mid-range deck. I haven't really been tinkering with that lately. I don't know where that's at. I could also do Thopters. I could also put, actually, you guys will see it, but my buddy Jason Clark, who you guys know from the Versus videos, has been working on a Jeskai Control Thopter deck. So we could try that as well. But I'll put a straw poll out there, and you guys can pick the deck for next week. That being said, let me get a game going, and we'll finish out round 5 with this Team Geist list here. See you guys in just a second. While I'm actually waiting for the league to start, something I want to point out, I do want to try, is I want to try these core Firewalkers being, there's our match. I want to try them being timely reinforcements. They're great against traditional burn lists, but there's a lot of more burn type. Like, I think that timely would be better against goblins, for example. And if it resolves and doesn't get skull cracked, it's great versus burn. But anyway, that's something I'm considering trying to change. Okay, so yeah, we want to play first. Don't even have to think about it. This seems fine. I don't know what we're playing against. So let's see. Well, I'm actually just going to lead here, and I'm going to get a Hollowed Fountain because next turn I can Serum Visions and hold up Spell Snare. So I don't know if I'll need to, but the option is available to me. Scalding Tarn makes it less likely that I would need to, but now I can do it without shocking as well. So let's just go ahead and before we do anything, fire off this Visions and see what we see. Yeah, kind of want. If this is just like a fair matchup, I may not want the path. Scalding Tarn, what does that mean? I certainly want this Spell Snare. Do I want this Path to Exile? Scalding Tarn. With Jeskai Control, I probably don't. I'm going to keep it because I don't know what we're going to play against, and keeping a removal spell is reasonable. There's no reason for me not to just lead with Island here. And if our opponent untaps and does a thing, then hopefully we can just slam Geist. Okay, so Polluted Delta, I wonder if it's like a I wonder if it's like a Blood Moon type list. If so, I want to get a like Steam Vents. Like if he gets an island here, okay, so maybe it's just Grixis. I'm glad we have a. I'm super glad we have a clock to race this. So he visions before he fetched. He went bottom anyway. But now he's gonna see. He should. I still think he should have fetched because he went bottom, and now if he fetches, then he shuffles those cards on the bottom back into his library. So I guess I'm glad I kept the path. But if he plays Snapcaster Mage, I'd probably just Spell Snare it. So I'm not going to play the land yet. I'm just going to attack here. Well, Geist should be fantastic in this matchup. Opponent's Vision still has 3 counters on it. Yeah, there's nothing we need to do. We could put a Snapcaster Mage into play. But I think it might, like, in the event this game gets grindy, I think I'd rather hold on to it. And we have a really good threat right now. So if he goes Snap to try to block, we're just going to Spell Snare. I like Terminating. 4 damage for 1 mana. I'm into that. Remand his Terminate. Yeah, I don't think we do anything. So I'm kind of tempted to just bolt now. If we just bolt now, then he is dead to Snap Bolt, and he's dead to the Angel, and we know that we get the bolt in. Conversely, we could have also just let... The other thing is, we could have also just let the Terminate happen. Yeah, I'm just going to bolt. It just means he's dead to Geist, he's dead to the Angel. We know he has a Terminate, but now he's dead to Geist. We have a removal spell. Alright. So Grixis Control is my guess. I don't want the Batterskull in this matchup because he definitely has Call against Command, but I'd like to keep the... I'd like the Karanos. I'd like the Dispel. Surgical's a consideration. Counterflux is a definite. Things I probably don't want as much of. I think I want all the counter magic. The Helixes I probably don't want as much. I mean, I am probably burning them out, but... I'm not huge on Electrolyze, but I like Electrolyze in this matchup just to cantrip. If nothing else, you just, trying to hit your land drops. I could try the Surgical Extraction. I might as well, right? This is why I'm trying to evaluate this card. And if he flips something with Thought Scour, it's kind of interesting that we could then take it. Alright, we'll submit like this. I'll keep this hand. I'd like to have, you know, a Geist, but making sure I hit all my land drops isn't necessarily the worst. Although the one thing actually, I'm in like old Grixis control mode. This hand's really bad against a... See, that's one thing, if control decks are running Ancestral Visions, that's one thing we have to contend with that we didn't in the past. I'm going to play this in case I want to get basics. The one thing we didn't have to contend with in the past is that you could keep kind of a land-heavy hand, make all your land drops, and then draw some threats. Oh, I should have played Colonnade. You can make all your land drops, draw more threats, and then like get fights over things. But now they have an inevitability against that strategy with things like Ancestral Visions. I mean, he doesn't now. Let's see. I don't think there's any downside to me getting some basics just in case our opponent's on a Blood Moon plan, because I have other lands and I'll probably draw another red source. I'm going to play Colonnade. I don't think I'm going to need the Counterflux yet. I don't think there's anything that detrimental he can do to me at 4 mana if he gets there. I guess if he Colligan's commands, that'd be annoying, but he probably wouldn't do it on his turn. I'll get the Flooded Strand. Okay, so now we need to race that thing. Let's see. So I can play Snapcaster Mage, target Spell Snare, and if he tries to kill one, then I can Snapcaster Mage, target Spell Snare, and cast it. And I would need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can just do that with all the mana that I have. I don't need that land. Because then I can also then untap and attack with Colonnade. Yeah, I like doing this. Alright. So if he has a Terminate, I put him to 10. How many basic swamps do they run? I'm definitely going to do this. I think I can just shoot the swamp, and if he only runs one, then he doesn't have Terminate mana open. I'm just going to try that. So cutting him off from black can't be the worst. Now we'll go ahead and activate this guy. Oh, and not attack because I'm awful. So opponent should be at 6. And he's going to Pyroclasm. Alright. Well, I still think that we're doing not terrible. But this should be putting him to 2 instead. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he lets me attack and he like tries to double bolt the colonnade, if he lets me attack, then I can actually still... If he lets me declare it as an attacker, then I can counterflux one of the bolts, which I will. Okay, so that means that my opponent has Terminate online. But we have lethal in hand, so... His Visions goes off next turn. Unless he has this... If he doesn't... Let's see. He has to specifically have Dispel. We could also just upkeep, double bolt. I guess I like doing that. I like just going to his upkeep and then double bolting him, and he might have to like tap out in order to live. And then we still have colonnades and paths up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So now he obviously can't fetch that. Yeah, so this is fine. Because now we're just going to activate Colonnade. Yeah, obviously now we're just going to activate Colonnade, and then we just bolt him. So if he terminates Colonnade, we bolt and win. Alright, well, like, Jeskai still has a good Grixis matchup, I feel like. Even though I didn't attack because I F2'd too many times. Alright, so we managed to go 3-2 in league. Not terrible. Maybe we could have made it a 4-1. 3-2, I feel like, If I go 3-2, I feel like there's probably something I could have done to at least make it a 4-1. I mean, it's not every time. I definitely think that Jeskai Geist can be configured to 4-1 and 5-0 leagues. You might need a better pilot than me, but I think it's certainly possible. Alright, well that was a pretty quick match. Yeah, I guess I'll go back to work. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the games. Like I said, check the straw poll. I'm going to put a couple of decks up. Let me know what you guys want me to play, and we'll do that for a league next week. Yeah. All right. Until I see you guys next time, I hope that you draw well and smash all your opponents. Talk to you guys later. Bye.